In this video from LearnElectrics, we'll look at a proposed change to the wiring regulations and consider, amongst other things, how this might affect the 18th edition exam. Amendment 3 of the wiring regulations will be released in the summer of 2024, and this has raised several questions regarding implementation of the amendment and the 18th edition exam, such as: what is the amendment about? Must I buy a new book? When is it effective from? How will it affect my exams? Do I need to resit the 18th edition exam? And is this 19th edition? Let's split this into 3 separate topics: the amendment, the book, and the exam. First things first, what is Amendment 3? Well, it's not 19th edition. It's an amendment, a change to the 18th edition of the wiring regulations, and it will still be 18th edition after the implementation date. A trade association, BEMA, raised concerns that unidirectional protective devices might be installed where bidirectional protective devices were required. These protective devices, such as RCBOs, RCCBs and so on, might not function correctly if power was to flow through the device in the wrong direction. A regulation was needed that gave direction and support for this requirement. This is the proposed new regulation, 530.3.201. It tells us that selection and direction of equipment for protection, isolation, switching and monitoring shall take account of all possible directions of power flow. Where bidirectional power flow is possible, only a device suitable for bidirectional power flow shall be used. There will also be corresponding additions to the definitions section of the book, and these are likely to become questions in future exams. The first one is shown here. It tells us that a unidirectional protective device is a protective device where it is intended that the power supply is only connected to one defined set of connection terminals, and power flow is only in one direction. As an example, single module compact RCBOs typically contain electronic circuits to provide the residual current protection, and they may be damaged or not function correctly if the power flow direction is reversed. Such devices are therefore unidirectional, as also are many AFDDs. These devices will be marked with the power flow direction, and this should be observed. This might be marked as line and load, in and out, or simply 2 direction arrows. Another addition to definitions will also tell us that a bidirectional protective device is a protected device where the power supply may be connected to either set of connection terminals and power flow may be in either direction. This means that protected devices with no direction markings are bidirectional. An RCCB, for example, is a 2-module wide device and was typically an electromechanical device, although some electronic RCCBs are available. If the RCCB is unmarked, power can flow in either direction. They may, however, be marked to indicate the line and neutral terminals of the device without indicating a direction. Make sure that you understand the difference between the 2 different devices. This simple drawing shows a unidirectional device marked line and load and an unmarked bidirectional protective device. What do we mean by unidirectional? Take your typical electric kettle. Power will flow from the house supply to the socket and then to the kettle. Current can only flow from the supply to the kettle. The kettle cannot send power back to the consumer unit. It is not a power source, it is a power user. Now look at the next 2 slides. We can plug our electric vehicle into the charging station at home and charge it overnight. Current flows from the house supply to the car. That is power flow in one direction. But we can have power flow from the car to the house. We may have a self-charging vehicle, or we may have charged the car at work and now wish to transfer that stored energy in the car batteries to the storage batteries in the house. This would be the second direction of power flow. Bidirectional power flow is possible, and the correct protective devices must be in place to give the required safety for persons and livestock and to reduce the possibilities of fire in whichever direction the power flows. The next question then is, when will it become a compulsory requirement? This is scheduled for summer 2024, and when released it will take effect immediately. There will be no crossover period between Amendment 2 and Amendment 3. There will not be the usual 6-month grace period to use either amendment in your work. You will be expected to implement Amendment 3 into your work from the first day of release. That raises the question, will there be a new book? If you already have the Brown Amendment 2 book, as shown here, then all that is required is for you to download and print the Amendment 3 document from the IET website when it is made available to us. The Brown Amendment 2 book plus the Amendment 3 document will make your book Amendment 3 compliant. A new book does not need to be purchased. What I will do myself is to print 2 copies of the Amendment 3 document, keep one as it is, and cut out the changes from the second copy and fasten them into the Brown book where relevant, using Pritt stick or sellotape. The changes will then always be in the book in the right place. Exams and assessments, how are they affected? What if I've already started the Amendment 2 exam course? This type of question is always asked when there are changes to the regulations. If you've already started on a BS7671 wiring regulations exam course, there will be a crossover period to allow you to complete the 18th edition exam to Amendment 2. Those that are close to finishing courses with assessments to Amendment 2 will have the opportunity to complete their course. After a short period, all exams and assessments will be to Amendment 3. But to be honest, the changes are so simple to understand that they should not present a problem in any exam. Another frequent question, will I need to resit the 18th edition exam? The answer is no. If you already have any 18th edition wiring regulations exam certificate, then you do not need to resit the exam. It is assumed that your prior learning and experience will be sufficient for you to understand and incorporate the Amendment 3 changes into your work. And another question that is asked, if I have a 17th edition wiring regulations exam certificate, can I sit a 30-question refresher course for the 18th edition Amendment 3? And the answer here is no, you cannot do this. Refresher courses to upgrade from 17th edition to 18th edition are not offered. Everybody that wants an 18th edition qualification must sit the full 60-question exam. And last but not least, how will Amendment 3 affect periodic inspections and existing installations? The electrical industry's trade bodies are considering the impact of Amendment 3 on existing installations and will seek general agreement on suitable classification codes to be used when completing an EICR. When the amendment is released, it will be available as a free download from the IET website. We will also produce a video with more details on the actual amendment with how you can download your own copy of the document. We will also provide some sample questions typical of those that may be included in an Amendment 3 exam. Thank you for watching, it really is appreciated, and I hope that you found the video useful and informative. Please subscribe to our channel to get access to all of our videos and remember to click on notify to be sure of not missing our next video. And you will find even more information, videos and help on our website at LearnElectrics.com. And don't forget, you can also type in LearnElectrics, all one word, into the YouTube search bar to go directly to our channel at any time from any computer. We are constantly adding new videos to our channel, so don't miss the next one. And once again, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again very soon.